Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Not a whoop.
Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Switch.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
You don't want this. Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift. Shift. Check nickel.
This is Geis. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
It's just me and you. Check.
They'll run with Geis, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
34-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, G. Big series right here. We got to step it up. He's crazy.
Number what?
Check three.
First carry of the game here for Royce Freeman. And boy, this Redskin defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
Check 56.
Oh, hey, Delta.
Check. Lucky.
22 jet bomber. Get it.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Check, 47. Hey, here I come.
Geis with the carry on second down. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Haskins on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3-and-out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Here we go. 15 line.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Got it.
49's the mic. 49's the mic. All day.
Hey, Alpha.
49's the mic. Watch 49. All you get is a headache.
49.
Block now on first down. It's complete. Stills. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
On the ready.
51. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
80 weapons. Hey, exit. Snap.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Caught by Wilson. We're scoreless after 1. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
65.
57.
Mike 56. Mike 56. He runs.
Let's go.
Lock to throw on second down. Wilson's got it complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On the set.
Mike 40.
Hey, Charlie.
49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. 49 to Mike.
Score. Be driven.
Third and 2, Lock's going to throw. He's got his tight end Fant. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Lock going to bring the offense up first and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up second and 12. They'll run it here with Bernard. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be third and 6.
Let's bring it. 49 to Mike. Watch 49.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
49.
From the gun on third down, Lock gets it to his running back, Bernard. 9 yards that time.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Lock going to bring the offense up first and 10, and he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. This is Freeman. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
At the Redskins' 8-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. On second down, here's Lock. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Ready.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. run. Touchdown, Denver. Philip Lindsay, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
Makes the score Broncos 7, Redskins 0. Stephen Hauschka set to kick off.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
Washington Redskins, first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Check 31, check 31. Come on, fellas.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 41, Haskins. Now they go screen. It's complete. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call.
54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Quit talking about it and bring it.
3rd down, here's Haskins. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike. Record.
A final shot before half for Locke. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get tight. Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
At the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
That's gotta be a...
Hey, Echo, on the team.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
49.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Watch the run. Mike's 49. Mike's 49. Watch the run. They're running it.
And the blitz does come. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. Locke now, 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Here's Bernard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Pilot, 64, win. Go. Go.
Now this time Locke will throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. This defense trying to do its part. Active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Let's go, baby.
Bravo.
56, Mike, 56.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56. Know your job.
Five.
Mike's 56.
Get it.
On third and long, it's locked. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Second and 1 at the 42-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable second and 1. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now after the run by Geis, here's first and 10.
Watch the curve. Watch the curve. Shift. What? Hurry.
From midfield now, Haskins looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, here's Love. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Watch the screen.
Second down, Haskins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Check 50. Check 50.
Now Thompson. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. They run it here with Thompson. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The fullback dive held up short, and the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll begin here with Bernard. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Smooth. Brixton, travel. Let's go. Get set.
second down. Locke steps away to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
They're able to locate Wilson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down as well. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now it's Freeman. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You get blocked.
6-6. Pull it high.
You get blocked.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Go now. 10 Lobo.
56.
Go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Shit. Watch the shit. Wide. Get
Snap.
On 2nd down, Bernard. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. That's caught over the middle by Fant. 7 yards on the quick slant and a 1st down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
Come on.
Locke now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Check it out.
Orbit.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And Stills bringing it in. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. We own it. We own it.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Hustle.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Quarterback, don't get no
Now on 2nd and 13. Locke. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Alpha. Bring it. Bring it. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Mike's 49. Go.
Again, it's Locke. And he finds Stills, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. They go play action here on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go. Hey, watch it, watch it. Hey.
2nd and 10 now. Haskins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a 1-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, listen, it's a team game. We know that. But where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again. But on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Pick me up. Here we go.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Got a man open. It's Sutton. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Mike, 56 right there.
From the gun, it's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
X3, 218, chopper.
On the draw, here's Bernard. Tackled there by Monte Nicholson. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch right. Watch right. Watch right.
Here's a carry for the fullback. This is Andy Janovich. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Mike's 56. 56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike. Go.
Lock to throw for it on fourth. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game with a fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Haskins to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He'll look to throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards. On first down, this is Geis. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Here we go with Haskins. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Hey, wahoo!
It's our time. It's our time.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
I'm coming for you.
Lock to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And this one will be brought back to the 22. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And he missed it. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll set them back 5. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the
pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Haskins will throw, and an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Haskins not the most mobile of quarterbacks, but delivering there on the scramble to pick up the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Out of the gun, Geis. He's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin 1st down. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to him.
And now this first drive in OT continues. Escaping the pressure right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Hey, alert 3, upset.
3rd down, here's Haskins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it, I'd call something deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt and helps out your defense with field position.
I'm trying to collect. Check 13. Check 13.
They're going on 4th down. Haskins. Oh, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Much 56. Much 56.
First throw of overtime for Locke. Caught. It's Wilson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Check.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Go! 10-2 stuff.
56. You don't want to pick up the ball.
On first down, Bernard. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Squeeze, double.
There you go.
49.
Hey, foxtrot.
Let's go one more. 49 to Mike. Watch 49.
Hey, jet. Shoot.
From midfield, here's Locke. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Yards to go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, echo.
56 to Mike. 56. Check 56. Watch twist.
Ready?
Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Broncos' 29-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Go. Share. Check the backer. You go tight.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. On the draw, they go to Geis. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for Washington, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile,